Simon Lorenzi is in Finland and has now completed over 15 sessions on the Burden of Dreams boulder. Even amidst frigid temps and snowy conditions, he reached an insane high point last week, nearly sending the boulder. Hold up, I have to infiltrate my own video here because as I was editing, something far better than a near send happened. That's right, Simon Lorenzi has just sent Burden of Dreams, becoming only the third person to do so following Nalle Hukkataival and Bosi. The story of what led up to Lorenzi's successful ascent is remarkable. In this video, we'll review the ups and downs of his projecting process, including what he has to say about the send, which occurred on December 27th, 2023. We'll also talk about two other pro climbers who have their sights set on sending the V17 or 9A Burden of Dreams. My name is August. Welcome to August Climbing. In my previous video about Burden of Dreams, I included some background information about how Simon Lorenzi prepared for this trip through Replica training. Several of you commented on that video and pointed out two climbers who I forgot to talk about. Thanks to your insights, I've included those climbers in today's video. Let's jump right into Simon's updates from his broadcast channel on Instagram. We'll go into detail about his December sessions, but to summarize the highlights from his November sessions, Simon talked a lot about patience being key, especially in relation to giving the skin on his fingers enough time to fully heal in between sessions. He also noted how the temps have really begun to drop in Finland and the challenges associated with projecting in -8 degrees Celsius, or that'd be about 18 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is during the day. At the end of November, Lorenzi spent quite a bit of time working out his beta for the notorious first move, and he made quite a bit of progress on the other moves as well. But now let's look at his update from December 3rd. Session 10 plus 11. After opening my left ring finger and my pinky yesterday at the beginning of the session, I started to try the first move again to find a way to do it without cutting my fingers. Today I tried again to find something and I think I got it. I eventually found small details that I haven't noticed yet to be more consistent in the move and not cut my ring finger. I didn't do it today with the tape, but was closer and closer even with the fatigue, so I'm super excited to try fresh without tape. Behind a new beta/solution sometimes hides a new problem to solve, but here the problem helped me to find new solutions. So that's really interesting to see Lorenzi work out this micro beta for the first move and try to find a way to be able to do it consistently, but without damaging his skin at the same time. Then from December 6th, we read session 13, after a small sesh yesterday with tape by -12 Celsius or 10 degrees Fahrenheit, I was hoping for good sensations today. Unfortunately, it was not the case. I had my worst session since I feel that I could send it. Today was supposed to be send tries, but I was feeling quite heavy in the moves and opened my ring finger again at my third try. At the end, I worked again on the first move to be as precise as possible when I'll be fresh with perfect skin. I plan to rest 2 days in a row to let the body, skin, and mind heal to be in a perfect shape in a few days. The mind game has now started. Let's take the best of it. This is something that all of us as climbers can relate to. Not projecting a V17 boulder, but that idea that sometimes you go into a session, you're feeling confident, you think, this is the day I'm gonna send my project, only to get on the climb and you're just not feeling great. As Lorenzi put it, feeling quite heavy. And then on December 8th, he says, patience game. My skin will not be perfectly healed tomorrow, so I decided to do a small session in the gym today on non-aggressive holds, then rest tomorrow to be in the best shape Sunday to try the boulder. I tried to learn from Elias, who has been working the boulder quite a lot and showed a bulletproof patience. He told me that good skin really makes the difference, so this time I won't rush and I'll wait till everything is optimal. Usually my optimism would push me to try even if I have less chance to succeed and more to ruin my skin, but this time I'll stay stoic. Lorenzi here is talking about learning the importance of patience from Elias Aidan, who was projecting Burden of Dreams quite a bit earlier this year with Stefano Gazolfi. Simon continues in his next update about what he learned, saying on December 9th, "Good news, the gym training of yesterday was an eye-opener to adjust my strategy for the sessions to come. The beginning of the session on the kilter makes me realize how insufficient my warm-up was when I was at the boulder and how much it can affect my performance. Staying in just the same 4 moves since a few weeks with nothing else to compare was for sure not the best idea, but I'm still learning from that new kind of process." So exclusively working the hyper-specific moves of Burden of Dreams is not a good idea, and these gym sessions are giving him some great insights. Now we read on December 14th, "Couldn't really climb today since the boulder was humid because of the condensation. I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to be hard mentally. I've done the first move 4 times in 2 sessions 2 weeks ago, then opened my skin and switched for another hand position, but never really did the move like this. Today, I was ready to try with the risky grip again to put all the chances by my side, but the weather decided differently. First time of the process that I doubt in myself, and it's not the funniest part, but this is also what projecting hard is about. The process would not be as rewarding without that, so let's keep trying. Conditions should be better tomorrow." Lorenzi talks here about the challenging weather conditions, but also the mental strength required for this boulder. I've definitely had this in a gym session where I keep falling from a move that I was previously able to do, and that makes it easy to begin doubting myself. But as Lorenzi notes, this process with all of its ups and downs is really what makes climbing so rewarding. It's pretty cool that you can have this same type of experience regardless of what grade you're climbing. It just has to be climbing something that's difficult for you. Then from December 15th, Lorenzi says, "Small session in the worst conditions ever. The weather was supposed to be better today, but unfortunately it was a bit the same than yesterday. I took some time trying the first move again, even if the holds were really humid, and almost went crazy at some point. Such a bad session, I was slipping from the feet every time. At some point, I really lost all the confidence that I could do that move again, so I decided to change my approach and ask me seriously what could I change. My shoes were closer from concrete than rubber, and my toes were completely frozen. So I went in the car to heat everything up before coming back on the boulder. I immediately felt the difference, especially with the soft rubber, and after changing the grip position of my left hand, I almost did the move in those really bad conditions. It was enough hope to be able to stop the session before destroying my skin. Let's rest tomorrow and try hard Sunday with the new tricks I just learned." So now you know, if you're ever projecting a boulder in freezing conditions, just head to the car for a little bit, warm up your shoes, and then back to the boulder. Now we get to see this Instagram post from December 18th. "An amazing trip, but weather and skin issues are the main challenge for the mind. Let's keep pushing." And we see this incredible photo here. You can just see how much it's snowing. They've got the tarp over this boulder, similar to what we've seen from Sean Rabitou in the past. I admire this dedication. And then the next photo, we can see again that how much the skin conditions, especially on Lorenzi's fingers, really play into him being able to project this boulder. And now we're getting to the good stuff. So on December 21st, Lorenzi said, "My best session so far today. The conditions were perfect, and I decided to climb a bit later because most of the time my body feels better like this, and that strategy worked pretty well. I could stick the first move 5 times, including 4 in a row, but only 2 times where I had the right hand in the good position for the next move. At my last good try, I even fell at the last move because my left hand slipped, but I was feeling really good. I was super excited and decided to put a last attempt Unfortunately, it was too much and I opened my right middle finger. Anyway, I'm super happy. All the doubts are now gone and I just need to rest to finish it when the skin will be okay. Let's hope that the weather will be okay the week to come. Wow. So consistency on the first move and a near send of the boulder. But we don't just want to read about it, we want to see it. So let's take a look at Lorenzi's Instagram reel from December 22nd. He says, high point in Burden of Dreams, 9A/V17. It strikes me as I watch this that he doesn't even hit all these moves with exact precision, and yet he nearly sends Burden of Dreams. Zri Climb put it well, saying the fact that it didn't even look dialed and he still almost sent it. Mind blown emojis. Following this incredible session, Lorenzi shared 2 additional updates on December 25th and 26th, the theme of which was a frozen boulder due to the condensation and issues with his skin needing more time to heal. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. On December 28th, Simon shares on Instagram, Burden of Dreams 9A/V17, check, 27th December 2023, from being something not even imaginable in my craziest dreams not a long time ago to the achievement of a life goal. Big thanks to lecampdebase.bxl for making this adventure possible. And we see this incredible photo here from Simon's friend Giles, who's on this trip as well. And there are some great comments already on this post on Instagram. We see Will Bosi weighing in with a really simple, nice one, dude. Sean Rabitou, wow, what a legend. Then let me show you another post from his friend Giles. He says, Burden of Dreams, congrats to my friend Simon Lorenzi, who sent his third 9A/V17 boulder. A dream became reality. A new world record, proud of you. What a trip, what an adventure together. Your work is done, now mine can begin. And this emoji here alluding to a film to come. Stay tuned, and thanking that same gym for supporting them. This is absolutely incredible and inspiring. I love that he snuck this send into the final few days of 2023. Huge congrats to Simon Lorenzi. As promised, there are a couple of other climbers who would like to make this dream a reality as well, starting with Aidan Roberts. Aidan is no stranger to Burden of Dreams and deserves a lot of credit for the role he played in 3D scanning the holds on Burden and thus initiating this process to create the replica that Will Bosi and others have trained on to prepare for this boulder. And of course, Aidan is already a V17 climber, having sent Elfthane in 2022. More recently, Aidan has been on a bouldering trip across Finland, which he talks extensively about in the Careless Talk Climbing podcast, which he hosts with Sam Pryor. Then on December 22nd, Aidan dropped a video on wedge climbing that shows this trip, including some sessions on Burden of Dreams. I'll link to this video in the description. It's more like a really well done film, so definitely go check it out. Aidan talks about how Burden of Dreams is in a style of climbing that suits him much less than he originally anticipated when he visited the boulder a couple of years ago. He was previously able to link the middle sections of the boulder, but not the first and last moves. So that became a focus of his sessions this time around. We also discover that Aidan has his own method for keeping his shoes warm by placing them inside of some heavy-duty mitts. Maybe Aidan and Simon can share some shoe warming beta with each other. Aidan echoed many of Simon's sentiments, saying that Burden is such a climb of patience, running into his own issues related to the weather and his skin. In this video, we don't see him stick the first or last move. However, he ends the video with a little teaser for a part 2, and it looks like he may have stuck that last move. So let's keep an eye out for that. Next up, we have Yannick Flohé. He, in October, posted on Instagram saying, and this is the auto-translated version, in Dusseldorf Einstein Boulder, you can now find the replica of Burden of Dreams 9A, the heaviest, or maybe that should be hardest boulder in the world, For a flash, there's a coffee and a pizza on the house. Several people commented, noting that he did the last move without cutting loose. Very impressive indeed. It's unclear to me if Yannick has spent any time on the real Burden of Dreams in Finland. If you happen to have any insight on that, please let me know in the comments. Check out this next video for more background on Lorenzi's replica training for Burden of Dreams. And hey, my name is August. Thank you so much for watching today.